Hello, good morning and good day wherever you are in all the parts of the world where you might be watching this video from. It's a bright Monday in the FCT Abuja, Nigeria, and I want to say a big thank you to God for keeping us from the first day of June till today, the 29th day of June. And it's the very last Monday in the month of June. Wow, it's all about God. God made it possible that we are alive to see this day. So in case you don't understand, please know it that it's all about God that you are alive today. So give him praise. Whatever you are doing, wherever you are, just tell him thank you for life. So many people lost their lives because of the pandemic. So many people lost their life because of underlying sicknesses. So many people lost their lives suddenly. But God preserved you all and preserved me. I want to say a big thank you to God. You're highly welcome to our program today. It's your program, my program, the Life Fulfilling Fulfillment Program, Choices. Today we are wrapping up on the subject of forgiveness. Just for now, like I told us, I said we'll be doing it from time to time because the subject of forgiveness or the word forgiveness is not something that you can actually just say it's just once and for all, we can handle it. No, it's actually part of life. So we are focusing today again on forgiveness in relationship. Remember we talked about it sometime on June 12th precisely. And so many people were like, you didn't complete. I said, yes, I did not. It's not something you can even complete in 5 series. But I want to just use this opportunity to come back and talk a little more. The last time I was talking about more on the relationship, types of relationship, and points you bear in mind in your relationship. I remember I told us about trust in relationship is very important. Honesty in relationship is very important. Passion, care in relationship is very important. Forbearing or patience is very, very important. And then loyalty. And when these 5 points are tempered with, you begin to ask for forgiveness, or you begin to expect somebody to say, I forgive you. So I want to tell us today that in all that we are doing, that you need to understand that God is the reason why you can forgive. Without God in our lives, so many things will go wrong. To forgive is divine, But number one is to ask for forgiveness is very, very, very human. So when they ask, then for you to accept it is divine. So try as much as you can between man and wife, or between spouses, like people who are just engaged, who are yet to get married, they are at the verge of getting married. Try and understand that these 5 points are very important to you. Trust, you must learn to trust one another. You must learn to be honest with one another. You must learn to be loyal. Loyalty is not about the woman alone. It's not gender sensitive alone. Then forbearing or being patient is also very, very important. You need to be patient. You need to understand, first of all, how is this person's upbringing? Why is this person behaving the way he or she is behaving? And then you begin to have patience. So it's very important. And then passion. If you don't have passion for your spouse, I don't know how both of you can manage. You need to have passion for one another, care for one another, love one another. I'm talking of a fixed deposit relationship, which is marriage and about to be wedded. All right, today we are still talking about what do you need to do in a relationship. One thing I always say is learn to understand one another. And the only way you can understand one another is when you begin to overlook things. But don't forget, all through this series I have told us, forgiveness does not mean saying that the person did not do wrong. No, it's not righting the wrong. Remember, that's not what I have said, and I will not say so. You're only trying to forgive so that both of you can see how you can make it work. This marriage has to work. This relationship has to work. And for it to work, all you need is to say to yourself, yes, I will forgive in advance. When you forgive in advance, you know the person is still in flesh and blood. That's the reason why you need to actually just try and forgive the person and then move on. But I have also said that it's not about you remaining in a relationship that is toxic. I remember the day we discussed it the first time. Somebody said, I can't remain in that toxic relationship. I rather forgive and walk away. Sure. Forgive, then walk away. But remember last week when I talked about when trust is broken, I also told us that if you want to walk away, can you actually forget the story? Will the story be able to come back to you as in, I want to learn something out of it? Let it not be coming back to you with more pain in your heart, bitterness springing up. No. Try and make sure that bitterness is not springing up whenever you think about what the problem was. So today I am still telling you, in your relationship, if you realize that it is such a toxic relationship, a relationship where there is no more mending of that kind of relationship, where you see the life is being threatened. Yes, some relationships are like that, unfortunately. They started well, something went wrong. Out of these 5 things, somebody began to see the other side of it, and the person who is doing the wrong is refusing to see the wrong, and then it might result into bullying. It might result into negative emotions. No, in such a case, forgive and take a walk. Forgive and just take a walk so that you maintain your sanity. Another thing I want to tell us is, if you can manage not to allow these 5 points be broken, you will see that there won't be gap in your relationships. Trust, for example. There are many ways of losing trust in a relationship. When you consistently do the same thing you have said I am sorry about over and over again, your partner will lose trust in you. Their problem is money. You go, you spend the money, you don't remember the home front. You go out and do what you want to do, you forget that the home front needs the money. And the person tries to correct it and it's not working. Some women, their problem is they make their money, they send it to where they want to send it to. Some is their families. Some could just be investments that they don't want the man to know about. That's not correct. If both of you are actually in a good relationship, trust is, you want to make an investment, discuss it. I also say, give your parents what you need to give to them. I am not saying do not remember your parents. God forbid. I took care of my own parents when they were alive. So you should be able to take care of your parents. But try as much as you can not to do things that will affect your immediate family negatively. And some men, their issue is that they make their money, they send it to their families, extended families, forgetting their immediate family. No, that's not still correct. Take care of your mom, your dad as a man. 1 or 2 of your siblings that you can help. I'm not saying don't help them. But remember, you need to be standing for you to be able to back somebody. So it depends on your income. So you don't just say, I am earning 150,000, and you are living in a house where you are paying, if maybe you are living in the FCT, and you're living in a 2-bedroom apartment where you're paying 2 million naira. And then in that 2-bedroom apartment, you know you need to be saving alongside your wife to be able to pay. And then you take your 150 at the end of the month, you just send 100,000 to your family, and then leaving your immediate family with 50,000. I don't think that's right. It is best when two of you sit down together and work things out. Another thing that can bring distrust in relationship, in marriage, is the issue of promiscuity. Some people are very good with that. When there is infidelity in marriage, there's a lot of issues that come with it. When a man is not telling his wife the whole truth about the person he saw or she saw or she found out about, then there's a problem. If your wife is nosy, well, manage her. Find a way around it. For her not to be sniffing around, tell her everything. So when she sniffs nothing. If your husband is the type that sniffs around too, that wants to know everything that you are doing, he checks your phones, he wants to know you're going to the salon, he wants to come there to check if you're really in the salon, you're going to the market, he wants to follow you. My dear, walk around it. Let him see everything crystal clear. That will help him stop sniffing. But when you are busy trying to hide, okay, Shebi he wants to see, or Shebi she wants to see, let me hide. You are only giving yourself stress, and that stress is not good for you. Before you know it, your marriage will be at the verge of break. But God forbid. So if you are working and your husband is feeling, oh, you're paying too much attention to some of your colleagues than him, watch out. If there are get-togethers of your office, and one thing you always ask is, are we allowed to come with our spouses? If they say yes, oh, there and then call him honey, darling, sweetie, whatever you call. Can you please join me in the office? There's going to be this thing and my spouse is allowed to be there. Some of those things will make him relax. But I want you to know that trust is so important in a relationship that you need to trust yourselves, so that when things begin to manifest themselves, you will realize that the things are just manifesting rubbish, nothing. Because sometimes when we are thinking, oh, this is what is happening, we might be having very wrong assumption. And wrong assumption can break your home. Do not assume anything. Be very firm, be very plain in this relationship. That's one thing that will help you as a person. Then you will realize that when I have done anything wrong, it's easy to say, oh, I am sorry. And the man or the woman sees it as genuine repentance. Not today you came back and it's the same issue of you're coming in, or maybe he or she found out that you were with somebody and you got back to the house and the person is asking you, I saw this, and you are just trying to lie. Oh yes, I was with Angelina, I was with Jacob. Yes, we had to stop by this place and to pick this or to do that. Let it be very free and clear. And let that person that the person is suspecting be in the know that there's a problem. Let the person understand that it is becoming a problem in your home. So the person will either, if the person is sincere, having you just as a friend, he or she will be free enough to visit. And then when the person is around, discuss freely. Let there be no codings. One of the things that kill marriages is when a man or a woman is coding with friends where your spouse is. It can kill. I speak different languages. Different languages by the mercies of God. There are people when they come around me and I need to speak the language with them, a language that I know my husband does not understand. Even when I want to do that, I'll tell him, this is what I want to talk about. And he's comfortable. Where I don't say it, immediately I finish speaking that language, I turn to him and interpret. because I don't want to build distrust. So whatever be it that is trying to cause the rift between you and your spouse, try and kill it on time. Do not allow the gap to start. Once there's a little gap, no matter how tiny, if you don't close it up fast, it widens and it gets to a point where it's out of control. That is what brings about divorce. Somebody was to wed sometime last year here in Abuja. Until the eve of the wedding, there was no reason for him to walk away. Only on the wedding day, he walked away. What a frustration. If they do that to your own daughter, will you like it? If they do it to your sister, will you like it? This is because he found out one or two things that he could not boldly discuss with the lady. And then he ruined her life. If tomorrow such a lady begins to think of suicide, will you blame her? No. All we do with such a person is to counsel her and tell her, broken relationship is better than a broken marriage. That's the best I can tell you. And focus on what you're doing, focus on God, and God will surely intervene and bring you the man that will appreciate you. So don't kill yourself if a man or a woman rejects you in a relationship, because when they reject you, it means that they were not good enough for you. And once the person is not good enough for you, the person will definitely find excuses. You might be feeling hurt now, but look inward and see. There are things that will tell you that for real, he or she wasn't really good enough for you. And then you make a move towards perfection. You go ahead. The right one will come. Man or woman will come and tell you, yes, in fact, I've been looking for you. What the other person could not tell you, this one will tell you. What the other person could not do for you, this one will do for you. So let nothing make you kill yourself because somebody is telling you, I don't want to marry you again, or let's call it quits. You can call it quits, but please do not forget to move on with your life. Just forgive the person and go. The only way you can walk well is when you forgive the person and your mind is free. Free of rancor, free of pain, free of resentment, free of bitterness. Then you will see that it will attract the good ones. But when you are not talking about forgiveness, you will only kill yourself for nothing. So please, as much as you can, I want to beg us. In a relationship where there is no trust, the gap will widen and it will lead to permanent separation. Another thing is honesty. Be very, very honest with your partner. Tell him or her what you're doing. I am going to work is I am going to work. We are traveling. Officially, we are traveling officially. Let it not be, oh, yeah, we are traveling and we are traveling. Meanwhile, you aren't really traveling. Man or woman. I know of ladies that cheat on their husbands and they get away with it. Then the man is busy wallowing in pain. You see him, he's feeling so bad. He's feeling as if he's a chicken that was beaten by water, by the rain. No. Don't allow yourself to be beaten by the rain. Brave it up and discuss it. Whatever be it in your relationship, keep these 5 points alive. Trust, honesty, loyalty, passion or care, and then forbearance or patience. Make sure that they are very, very alive in your relationship. It will help you build a better one. You know that what is called marriage is when you see two people who are two forgivers, two strong-minded people, two character people, people who are well-trained in their own fields, on their own way, to say, I am sorry, and they accept sorry. That is where marriage stands. You are able to forgive and you move on. And remember that forgiveness is for the strong, not for the weak. When somebody says, I can't forgive, no, just pity the person. The person is of a feeble mind. The person is just very weak. So forgive the person in advance before the person begins to feel, is it not this? Self-pity kills. Self-people blinds. So for it not to blind you, Tell yourself, well, I forgive, and then I go. Remember I said, if your relationship is toxic, forgive and take a walk. Probably some people, after staying apart for some years, both parties will realize their mistakes, and then they are able to come back. I know of somebody that they separated for almost 15 years. The man must have tried so many things, maybe so many relationships. You know, it's the man's world. They might decide to go into another marriage, blah, blah, blah. But she was there, standing faithfully, focused on her job, on her business. But the man came back. Yes, he came back, and now he's doing her baby. 15 years wasted. When she was the baby, you were not there for her. Now she's a mama. She left with your children, took care of them all their lives. For the 15 years, they knew mommy. They didn't know daddy. They only knew that daddy is somewhere. Maybe occasionally they visited, or he will say he wanted to see, they will go for him. But they didn't see a caring father. But the woman forgave. Today they are living so happily. It's not the best of relationships anyway. But I'm trying to tell you, in case it is toxic, that it might be affecting your life, your health, take a walk. If it's God's will, you will come back again. Forgiveness in relationship is very key. You must learn to forgive. Be patient. Tell the person, I understand. But when it is really, really life-threatening, please take a walk. Okay, always remember, you are not forgiving your partner for the person's sake. You're not forgiving them for their sake. You're forgiving them for your own sake, for the sake of your health. That's what I always tell people. I say, remember, you're not forgiving because you want to forgive for the person's sake. You're forgiving the person because you know it is useful to you. You need to forgive the person so that your life can be healthier and happier. Forgiveness can make you feel far better than ever. Forgiveness can make your relationship come back sweeter. Yes, it helps sustain your relationship. Yes, that's what I said. It makes both of you appreciate one another. When there is forgiveness, appreciation of one another is there. You know that when the person, sometimes you will get somebody who doesn't know how to say I'm sorry. Even ladies. So don't think it's about the man. Some men are very good at, oh, my baby, I'm sorry. But some ladies are very hard too in their heart. They can't say sorry even when they are wrong. Please let God touch you. Learn to say I'm sorry and mean it from the depth of your heart, and you will see how sweet your relationship will become. Because with forgiveness, your relationship takes a new leaf. You begin to see a new you in that relationship. You begin to see better things happen in your lives. Okay, like I also said, I can't tell you that forgiveness is easy. Forgiveness isn't easy. It's a process. You need to take it, think through it, and then accept it. But it's worth the delay. It's worth the delay. When you learn to forgive, it's worth the delay. It can be slow, but it's really very important. Very, very important. It makes your relationship better. It makes an imperfect relationship to come to perfection. When you learn to forgive one another, when you learn to say, oh, I am sorry, and you mean it together, so it will make you to feel good. Do not say, I cannot forgive my partner. Forgive your partner. Like I said, you don't even know how many more years you have to live on the planet Earth. So that you don't go and meet your maker, and your maker is asking you, why did you not forgive? There's a story trending on social media about a woman that says she died in 2016, and when she arrived there, it was her husband that she couldn't forgive, that God asked her, have you forgiven him? Can you forgive him? She said yes, and that's how God gave her a second chance. I want you to know that when you forgive, you will get a second chance with God. When you forgive, God will also forgive you your own trespasses. So, as we wrap up the focus of forgiveness, please, I want you to know that forgiveness, one, is very important to your health. Two, is very important to your relationship. Thirdly, is very important for your eternal soul. If you forgive, God will forgive you. Forgiveness will make you be the strong person in that relationship. And some people say, I don't want to be the strong person, I want to be the weak person. Weakness is not a virtue. Weakness is not a virtue. So you should try as much as you can to forgive. And as you forgive, you will be forgiven. And you will see that you'll be happy and your life will never remain the same. It's wonderful talking to us today again on Monday. I want to tell you to please share this video. Watch my videos on my YouTube channel. Chinyere Irele is the YouTube channel. And go through the video, share it, like it, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then like my page, Career Moms page. God bless you. Until I come your way Friday with a brand new topic that we'll be discussing for the month of July. I want to wish you a wonderful transition into July, a new beginning, the month of new beginning, the month where God will give you that which you have not received in these last 6 months. In Jesus' name, I love you. God bless you. Bye.